Happy Valentine's Day.
What's up, Dane?
Wow.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to do the do?
You wouldn't give it to me until now,
And here it is. There you are. Got the cold dew. And splishity splash, you're taking a bath in that wonderful goodness. No red dye number 3 in that, correct?
You mean red 40?
No. Red 3 was the banned one, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter because we are on episode 111 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Red 40 is what the one that gives you cancer.
Yes, and I don't think the green Mountain Dew has it.
Mountain Dew has yellow number 5, which is good for you.
No, that one, it helps raise your attitude, your morale. I think that's what the scientific studies say.
Wow, despite the fact that the Chiefs won the Super Bowl yesterday.
Oh, this is in the future or it's in the past. I don't know, but I'm going to keep on saying this real fast. Yes, episode 111, we're back. Best episode ever, and we just want to thank you for listening.
No.
Okay, actually, we hate everyone. Actually, no. I don't want to go. You're all our fans.
That's so true.
I couldn't hate any of you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that Dane brought that out for me.
No, I love you guys. Samuel hates you. This is the longest intro ever.
Well, now, welcome to the pod.
Welcome back.
We practiced that for a long time. Couldn't you tell?
All I know is today's Valentine's Day.
No, it's not.
You don't know that.
It's releasing on February 10th.
Maybe not when you're listening to it, but when other people are
some
listening
people
to it.
probably are listening on Valentine's Day of 2028.
We're doing
this episode in 2028. Someone out there is listening.
That's also what I'm going to put right here. I'm going to mention
you
this
can
later.
add that. While you're adding that, I was listening to the Ghost Runners podcast. Shout out this past week, and I think I think they're either miking us or we're miking them. I don't know what's happening, but on their episode the other day, they brought up things that they enjoyed in the past that they don't enjoy anymore.
That's disgusting.
One of those things was breast milk.
That's what I'm saying.
Which we talked about last week. They also brought up old Sports Center.
They're just
which
stealing
we
our
also
ideas.
brought up last week. And I'm not going to get into all the technicalities where they likely recorded before us. It doesn't matter because we released our episode before them. So
there's no way that we copied them.
They're taking. What are the odds?
1 in 3
in the same week.
Oh,
that 2 of those. I can understand one thing, but 2 of those things that are so random just get mentioned on both podcasts.
I think they're listening to us.
I think it means that we have a very good podcast.
No.
Yes. That's not what it means.
When you're a contrarian, sometimes you find yourself in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to next week's episode of Ghost Runners where they bring up, man, we were listening to the Until Next Week podcast, and you'll never guess it. They said the breast milk thing.
They probably would get me arrested. I bet that's what would happen first.
I mean, yeah. Why? With what charges?
Well, I mean, just the downfall of Dane. I mean, that's what people are going for.
Is that a new charge? Like,
no,
why is he getting arrested? Well, the downfall of Dane. Not that he was speeding, not that he had expired license plates, but just because of the downfall of Dane.
I would never have expired license plates again.
Do you have any do you have any license plates? That's a better question.
I do have license plates currently, but that's because Mark and Tammy got them for me.
Shout out M&T.
Yeah. Dang it. Shout out to Mark and Tammy. They're probably going to go have a nice seafood dinner for Valentine's Day.
That is good. That is good. That is good. Almost as good as our 105-star reviews that we're inevitably going to reach if you guys just leave us those reviews right now. Just go. I know. Hey, Steve, you're listening. Steve, go leave us a 5-star review. Tammy, not that Tammy, the other Tammy. You know who you are. Leave us that 5-star review. And anyone else out there, you know your name. So therefore, you shall leave us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple.
Tammy, my stepmom, has no idea how to access our podcast.
Does she know how to access the internet?
No.
Why does the older generation not know how to use Google?
I don't know. All I know is they don't have a smart TV, and when Lindsay Reed was not at Christmas this year because she was too pregnant.
Wait.
What?
Are you telling Lindsay to read right now?
Yes.
Or are you just saying her name?
No, neither.
Okay, sorry. That was not relevant.
When she was too pregnant to walk, dang it.
Waddle.
Yeah, mostly waddle.
Waddle, baby, waddle.
No. Tammy comes up to me and just goes, okay, just make Lindsay appear on the TV.
That's what she said?
Basically. I mean, she said it in more words than that. But I was like, Tammy, I'm not sure this is going to be possible with your TV situation. She goes, what? It's a smart TV? And I'm like, No, it's not. You have direct TV, Tammy.
Does she have the capability to have that Google Chromecast?
No, she doesn't have that.
Dang.
Yeah.
All she needs is the HDMI port, and she's set up.
They don't know what that is.
That's unfortunate as well.
They have one. They just don't know what that is.
Hot take. A lot of smart TVs are pretty dumb.
I know.
I feel like they're so incredibly slow. They stop working. Like the other old TVs, you would have them for 15 years. 50 years. They'll turn on immediately.
Yeah.
You just go to whatever channel.
3
the
channels.
New ones, the controllers don't work. You can't go app to app very well. It's so incredibly slow.
You can't stream Russian propaganda.
Yeah, seriously. Like
Man.
the smart TV isn't very smart. It's making us dumb.
I feel
you
dumb.
can write that on a shirt.
Yeah, smart TV is not making us smart. It's making us dumb. That's a lot of words.
It is.
That's like what we did with the kids tonight.
Do you want to get into that, or do you want us to mention some of this until next week T-shirt updates?
Oh, T-shirt updates.
Yeah, so I finally did go to look to make sure that we can get the T-shirts correctly. It looks like we can get everything under control. I'll likely reach out to everyone hopefully this week to determine what size shirt you want.
Black and white.
So we're just gonna do a normal black shirt.
Oh.
It's a decent shirt. I don't remember the brand. I have a picture of it somewhere.
On a black shirt.
I think the sizes, they have every size up to 3XL, so they almost have one big enough for you, Dane.
What?
And most likely we'll just do the Until Next Week podcast, what the font looks like in our cover art. That will probably be what it is, just
one.
kind of on the
first edition.
Yeah, first edition will just kind of be on the front, similar to the one I posted a while back. But I'll confirm it with everybody. Make sure on the price, make sure you're good with that, and then we'll get the details figured out from there.
Remember the AI photos of us?
The ones where I try to make new artwork multiple times and it never seemed to work how I wanted it to?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I want that on a shirt.
That would cost so much more.
I know, but I want you to make it happen.
We're going white lettering on a black T-shirt.
That's fine.
And you want AI art.
I want AI art on a black shirt, and I need you to make this happen, Samuel.
It depends how well these the first round of shirts sell.
I want
and then
the one
we
with
can
my
get
beard.
Crazy.
I might pull up the photo for you. It's on our Instagram.
Why the AI art whenever we could just do the normal album art we have?
Because my beard looked good in it.
The one random one where we were both laughing, and I think Lindsay said that's such a good picture. And it was, but there's just a few random things that were off.
What does Lindsay know?
So I didn't do anything else with it. I could probably find that picture again.
Yeah, I'm actually buffer in real life in that photo.
Nice.
And so, yeah.
Once you do some more stuff to your face, we can maybe retake some pics.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't really know. Take it as you want it. I don't know.
So let me tell you what the kids made tonight.
Okay. How about them kids?
So I got roped into
Michael Jordan, them kids.
Dang it. Tonight was not part one, but the first session of our marriage conference at our church.
No, it was part 1 of part 4 of the 4-week series.
Of marriage.
Part 1 of 4 of week 1 for
of
4
marriage.
weeks. Yeah, of marriage.
Yeah, because I guess they get to keep being married afterwards. I don't know.
Shout out.
And everybody that walked out tonight, I was like, so you're a marriage expert now? And they were like, no.
We already were.
I was like, whatever. But then, what was it? Oh, yeah. So since I'm not married, they asked all the single people who work for our church to help put on the marriage conference. And I was like, this is so lame. And I was
If
like,
that's
I'm
not
eating
motivation
everything.
to get married immediately, I don't know what
That's
it
what I'm
is.
saying. We brought in a guest speaker, Scott Kadersha from JP's church.
Oh, he was the guy who was in last year, right?
Yeah.
He has his own podcast, but it's not very popular.
It's called More Than Roommates. I've listened to it. It's good stuff.
I mean, we're good stuff too. We're just not very popular.
Yeah, if you guys are married at home, go ahead and give it a listen. I think it's good stuff that you maybe don't think about.
Yeah.
But he's also going to preach on Sunday.
That's what we did last year.
I know.
Man, when can we get JP in?
I know. No, he's having a long weekend because he did their own marriage conference last weekend. He's doing our marriage conference this weekend and preaching on Sunday for us.
That's awesome.
I was like, wow, he's putting in work.
I wonder how often he does that. Just
know.
goes to random churches and preaches and does conferences, or if it's just us and then everything else is him doing his podcast and working with JP.
I don't know. I wonder how much he's getting paid by us to do this.
I'm sure a good amount.
Probably $1 or $2.
Yeah. I mean, obviously all his lodging would be covered and travel cost. And then I'm sure he's probably getting enough to be worth his time.
I'm sure we're taking him out to dinner too.
Yeah. I'm sure he's getting everything covered, getting paid well. And it's good for everybody because I'm sure
for sure
you probably had to pay whatever to be a part of this conference.
Do you think $2,000?
What? Wait, no. I was like, I don't think I would pay $2,000 to go to.
I don't know how much it was.
I bet you he's probably. I wouldn't be surprised if he's getting around $2,000 plus everything covered. Because I know back when I was trying to help get this concert happening in Springfield, like this Christian concert deal that would have been free.
Yes.
I had a meeting with these people and they were like, show me the prices of what it was to like book certain artists like Andy Mineo or like Lecrae or Need to Breathe. And a lot of the more mid-size Andy Mineo types were probably in that $5,000 to $10,000 range. But then if you want like a Need to Breathe or Lecrae, then you're going $50,000 to $100,000 pretty easy.
What?
And I was like, that's nuts. So I don't think he's that level. So I would say under $5,000, probably that $2,000 with everything kind of covered.
I don't even make $5,000 a year. Needless to say, so tonight we one of the things I'll say whenever I try to brag to people, I'll just be like, yeah, I make 5 figures a year. But
7 if you add the cents.
True. But so tonight they were like, hey, you're not married, so that means you're going to help for the marriage conference. And I was like, oh, yay.
I have a podcast.
I was like, man, So I get there, or no, my job was to pick up all the pizza for the childcare and the children or whatever. And so I pick up 20 pizzas for the childcare and I bring it there and I set it down and then I'm like, oh, I'll help. Like, you put this up, I'll help you move the chicken. I'll help you chicken nuggets.
Okay, I was like, no context, like help you move the chicken?
Yeah. I was helping Julie move the chicken.
Okay. That could be a French thing.
Could be.
Yeah.
But it's not. And then all of a sudden my boss comes over and goes, hey. And I go, what's up?
How you doing?
He goes, so do you want to stay and help in childcare? And I was like, and he goes, we'll pay you. And I go, okay, I'll stay.
Okay.
And I was like, I haven't served in kids in a long time, even though I technically serve in kids.
See,
like 8 times a week.
You left out that minor detail the first message. You're like, they forced me to stay.
I mean, they kind of did.
And then later they're like, they paid me. And I'm like, that's understandable. As long as we still can record, we'll mostly be okay.
I mean, honestly, they were like, can you serve in childcare? I was like, I mean, sure. And then they were like, and we'll pay you. And I go, well, I have a better attitude about it now. And then I got free pizza too, and a Diet Coke.
What kind of pizza you guys getting?
It was just Domino's.
I mean, Domino's is good.
I mean, yeah, for free.
I feel like Little Caesars has died off.
Little Caesars is the worst. It's cardboard with sauce.
It was so bad. I remember when they first came to Springfield and everybody's like, this is kind of decent. And then you realize really quickly, oh, I'm 8 years old. This isn't very good. And it's kind of gone downhill ever since.
We had it in Jeff City, right? And all my friends worked there. And not all my friends, but a lot of my friends work there. And so we go in and they just give it to us for free. And
that's really good for the business model.
Oh, no, it was totally stealing. Yeah. And because I'd walk in and he'd be like, hey, pretend to swipe your card. And I go, okay. And then he would just print out like a fake receipt. He'd hit print last receipt or whatever and hand it to me because on camera it looks like I did everything right. Then he'd hand me a pizza and I'd just leave.
Until they realized I sold 1 pizza in an hour, but I gave out 18.
Yeah, where did all these pizzas go? And they started cracking down after we graduated.
Yeah, that's not good.
I know.
I mean, great for you, bad for the business owner and everyone else.
Yeah, great back in the day.
Like, I have to foreclose my home. Like, nothing's working. I thought it looked like we had good sales.
Yeah. Technically, we did.
But I'm glad you guys got a lot of free pizza.
But tonight...
That kind of stinks, yeah.
So the kids were in there and they were all acting a riot and stuff like that. And it was ridiculous. Yeah. But then the kids come over to me and I was like, okay. And, serving in kids is just coming up with a random stuff and turning it into a game. And so I was like, all right, kids, we're going to play a drawing game. I didn't say this. The other guy was
99.
He goes, let's play a drawing game. And I go, yeah. And then they did a drawing. And I said, yep, this girl won. She's like a really good artist. And then they were like, let's play again. I go, okay, everybody draw a building. And then they go, okay. And then 2 kids come up to me and they're like, Mr. Dane, I drew the building. And the first kid hands it to me and it's the Twin Towers.
Oh, no.
And they wrote 9/11 at the top. And then
how old are these kids?
They were like 3rd graders. And then a second kid walks up, same thing.
It honestly makes me curious how they even know that much about it.
Well, all I know is he came over to me and goes, I learned about this week. And he drew 9/11. And I was like...
Do you think he had,
I don't know,
decent intentions?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I think he doesn't know exactly what it was. I think that they told him, hey, this was like a really sad thing. Like
there's
America's
2
history.
giant towers.
Yeah. And then,
oh man,
I was like, "Hey, can I keep your drawing?" And he goes, "Sure." And I go, "I want to show my friends."
You should have had him sign it. Well, and
I
then,
should've.
and then you told me about this a little bit earlier, and Lauren mentioned you should get that framed. So
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea as well.
What does Lauren know? Lauren never listens to our podcast and shows up. And
She
just like,
does
"I'm on
sometimes.
it."
I think because we've let her on a couple times, she has decided she would listen more often.
Lauren?
Because she does leave random comments at times.
True,
I'm like, oh,
true.
There's no way you could have randomly posted that comment without you listening to at least a certain point of the episode.
True.
So,
Lauren, if you're listening, send me a
Venmo.
no. Send picture. Send Samuel a picture of you doing a thumbs down to me, and then he'll send that to me. And use the code word Apple Crisps.
She's sending a picture of me doing a thumbs down to you?
No, she's sending a picture of herself doing a thumbs down to you.
Okay.
And then you forward it to me and use the code word Apple Crisps.
Okay.
That's how we know she's listening.
Okay. If you're listening, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very clear about that. Now,
Yeah,
what did you do today?
This week, didn't do a ton of stuff. I did intercept a message from oncoming traffic. That's pretty cool.
Like from the Mexican cartel?
I think it might have been. So, like older cars, how they have like those radio tuners? They can like plug in, turn to a certain station, and your music randomly goes through the speakers. For people who don't have Bluetooth.
I don't know. I only know who Bluetooth is.
Okay, well, this is for people who don't have normal Bluetooth.
Or aux cord.
You plug this in, and it makes your music go through a certain radio station. And I always have my station in Springfield set to 107.1 because that's like a station that doesn't have like a normal music going. It's usually just kind of static. Yeah. And I didn't have my radio tuner on. I just had the station on randomly for whatever reason. And all of a sudden, I started hearing music, and I'm like, this isn't my music. What's happening? And then I'm like, there's an older car ahead of me. I think they have a radio tuner. They're playing their music on their radio tuner for 107.1, and it's transferring to my car as well.
Did you run them off the road?
I was following them pretty close. I'm pretty sure I knew who it was. And then we turned onto the highway. The radio, like the station, it wasn't going off. And
Life
I'm
is
like,
highway,
it's this GM car right next to me. And I'm like, how can I turn on my radio tuner and somehow send them like a freaky message?
And
like, hey,
hijack
look
them.
behind you. I'm right here.
Dang it.
I did not do that, but I did listen to about the whole song of Too Sweet by Hozier.
Oh.
I found out that's what they were into. But it was pretty interesting. Like every once in a while in town, I randomly pick up, like briefly. Usually it's like for like a split second, I hear someone's radio tuner going.
Man.
But this time I legitimately listen for like over a mile on the highway. And then as soon as I turn off the highway, it just went straight to static. And I'm like, that was the car.
That was the car.
It was
Had
pretty
to
cool.
be.
It was pretty cool.
I have similar experiences
With
my shower time. So there I am, showering, scrub-a-dub-dub. And then all of a sudden on Spotify, you can join somebody's jam, right?
Oh, okay.
And so Jake and Colton, my roommates, Reverend Banks, sorry.
Yep.
Jake's Body Shop also. They will join my jam and play something ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
Colton will always play My Lumps by the Black Eyed Peas.
My lump. No, it's not my. It's my humps.
Whatever.
My lumps.
My lumps. My lumps.
My lovely lady lumps.
You have lady lumps.
That sounds like a disease.
And then my old friend Connor, who moved to California.
Yeah, you talked to him on the phone last week.
I did. Yeah.
Shout out.
He would always join my jam and play this song. It's called Everyone's Gay.
Oh no.
And it would always start out by being like, if you're gay, then you're gay. Don't pretend that you're straight. You can be anything that you want.
Connor's song choices do not represent the views of the Until Next Week podcast.
True.
Just want to point that out.
It was just funny every time because it would always ruin shower time.
See,
And Jake Trust and R would always call me in the shower.
do you what did he call you?
He would call me repeatedly because he knows that it would hijack my Bluetooth speaker.
Was it like a mean name or what was he calling
No,
you?
he was calling me via the cellular.
Okay. What kind of songs do you usually play if you have opportunities to kind of hijack those kind of systems?
Now I play the If You're Gay song. But traditionally I would probably play I would look up some Screamo.
Yeah.
And then just hit play right now or the Barbie song or
I have two go-to songs that I'd love to play in these scenarios. Usually it is with Lauren.
Yeah.
One of them is a classic song from Toy Story 2, and it's called When She Loved Me. And it was the one where the doll Jessie.
Yeah.
The little girl like did not get to play with her anymore. It was like the backstory. It was like a really, really sad song.
It was really sad. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so whenever I have the opportunity, I play that song, and Lauren usually doesn't recognize it at first, but once she realizes it, she starts to like cry. It's like, turn off that song because it's too emotional. And then a lot of times she might skip to the next song, but luckily I have a song in the queue, and it's Move... Get Out the Way, that song. So it goes from the super sad to like the most explicit, crazy gangster song. And she's like, stop. And then sometimes I really get in the groove. I immediately add in the queue where I have it going back and forth the song. So she has to keep on skipping and skipping and skipping and skipping. And she's like, what is the deal? I think I'll, for the effect of it, I will bleep out the Stitch word so that way you can assume what I said was actually what the word should have been.
Whoa.
But those are my go-to songs for sure.
Whenever we threw the Halloween party for our youth ministry, I queued up the Monster Mash like 57 times in a row.
Not even a good song.
I know, but
bad.
seeing people slowly realize and start to go crazy, I'm like, okay, I'll skip it, and I skip it straight to the Monster Mash.
guys, just wait for the next one. Wait for the next one. It will slap different. That's crazy.
Look-y, it kind of like it would get annoying, and then it'd be like, okay, this is a banger again.
Okay. Only other thing I really did this week was Missouri has this like Missouri Sports Hall of Fame induction they do each year. Typically, they have lots of really random people that get inducted so they can sell tickets to those people's family and friends.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But they usually have like one or two like headliner good people. This year, they had one really good person, which was Johnny Damon, who played for the Royals like 6 years and then played for the Yankees for 4 years, Red Sox for 4 years. He was on the Red Sox when they beat the Cardinals in 2004 and had that historic run.
He was on the Rays.
He was on like several teams, but Royals for 6 years, Red Sox, Yankees, both 4 years apiece, and then like a few other years. And he was on the verge of being in the normal Baseball Hall of Fame, but he was like 250 hits short of 3,000 and some other stuff. But very good player. But he got inducted, and so I was able to meet him, get a pic, get some autographs, etc. And then Matt Adams, big city icon in St. Louis. Is he still big? He's still a big guy. Still pretty fit though, like a fit big. And like he got inducted. Got to talk to him briefly. Talk to him, bring up when he hit that home run against Kershaw in like 2013. Like,
you talked to him about that?
Yeah, it's just like, man, whenever I see that clip, it's like so epic.
What did he say?
I think he just kind of said like the same thing. Like he was like, he's a nice guy. I talked to him briefly about a few different things. But besides that, randomly, Ozzie Smith showed up to the induction.
And he did a backflip.
And I was hoping he would. But
too old now.
He's like 80, so it's a little...
He's 80?
Yeah, it's a little difficult to get up there nowadays. Maybe like 70. Man, 80 might be too much.
Being old is going to be crazy because you just get up and you're like, well, I'm just going to go do this.
I'm old. I'm
getting paid to just go show up to this thing.
Yeah. But it's funny because I was like, why would he be here? And then I realized that there was this like running back, like kick returner, punt returner guy who played for the St. Louis Cardinals football team back in the 80s before they got moved out of St. Louis.
So true.
So he would have been there at the same time as Ozzie.
Yeah.
And I guess this guy invited Ozzie to come to his induction, which was pretty cool. But I saw Ozzie from like a mile away because he was wearing a red suit jacket.
Yeah.
So he definitely...
Cardinals Hall of Fame.
Well, they have Cardinals Hall of Fame, and then they have a Missouri Sports Hall of Fame, like legends. So if you have like they put like a metal bust statue of you, if you're like a legend, and he got that, and along with that, you also get a red jacket. So whenever those legends show up to these ceremonies, they wear the red jackets, which makes you stand out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah.
But I was able to go over there, get his autograph, and that was pretty cool for sure.
Yeah, nobody wears a red suit jacket anywhere.
Yeah, so that was pretty sweet. I've ran into Ozzie Smith like 3 times at like Missouri Sports Hall of Fame things before in the past, and luckily I've had like an extra baseball on me, so I got his autograph and kind of went on my way.
Do you remember me?
It's like, hey, the first time I ever got his autograph, it was right after he left the bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in there. He was in the stall. And I'm like, probably shouldn't ask just yet. But then as soon as he left, I was like, hey, can you sign this?
He's probably pissed.
Well, he was.
Yeah.
And then he went. And then, yeah. I was like a young kid at that point. I was probably like 12 or something.
I'd be like, dude, I just peed.
Yeah.
But you're probably like 6 foot by then, so.
Probably 6'7". I've actually shrunk with age. But yeah, that was most of my updates for the week.
Surprised that wasn't in your sports talk.
Well, I mean, Okay. Well, I needed updates for the week. And besides that, we have our sports talk going on right now. Welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk with Dane and Samuel, where we talk about way too much football, a little bit of baseball, occasionally NBA, and not soccer. Unless it's Kyle Bieber. Sports was wild this week, and when you're listening, the Super Bowl already happened.
Yeah.
That was crazy, wasn't it? But at this point, we're not going to talk about the Super Bowl
Close
too much.
game. Can you believe Saquon?
I can't believe the refs actually caught that touchdown pass.
The refs actually called it a clean game. Never heard that before.
It was wild. But really, it was like when Taylor got like down on like one knee and like proposed to Jason Kelsey. That was pretty wild.
Hey, that's part of mine.
Sorry. Just quick hits on the sports talk for this week. Josh Allen, Bills legend, won the MVP.
Did you see the votes?
I saw like a few things.
It was 27 to 23.
Yeah, for first place votes.
Yeah, Lamar had 23.
Yeah, and I kind of hate this because I'm happy for Josh Allen.
Right.
But this is what happened to LeBron James back in the day.
Voter fatigue.
Where like he won it like back-to-back years and another year, and then they're like, we'll give it to Derrick Rose. And you look at the stats, like in 2011, LeBron had a drastically better year than Derrick Rose, but they didn't want to give him another MVP.
Derrick was like 22 and 11.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Like he was good. And he definitely should have been in the top 5, but
should have been
he
all-star.
should not have won over LeBron.
22 and 11 is not that impressive.
Similar thing is happening here where Lamar, if you look purely at the stats, he had drastically better stats than anyone. Like the only person you can maybe make an argument would probably be like a Joe Burrow type because he had crazy passing yards, but not as many like rushing and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could look also at the Ravens. They had a much more stacked team, so maybe that's why they didn't want to give it to Lamar.
He was more valuable to his team.
Without Josh Allen, the Bills
they'd be a 7 to 10 team.
Pretty bad.
They'd be the Cowboys.
Yeah. Like without Lamar on the Ravens, they would still have Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And they could still do some damage.
Yeah. They'd still be a playoff team without Lamar.
Yeah. So I was happy for Josh Allen. I still think if I had to start a NFL franchise right now and I could choose any quarterback, I would definitely pick Daniel Jones first, but after Daniel Jones, I would go Josh Allen.
I'd pick Josh Allen too.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT. I think I saw that Josh Allen only led Lamar in one category, and it was rushing touchdowns because he would sneak it in from like the 1 or 2.
Did he not have more passing yards?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's just a good looking dude.
He is good looking.
Yeah,
he's winning at life except for the Super Bowl and. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm tired of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I know.
Get him out.
The thing that annoyed me was I saw like a few voting things from like the media, and several people had Patrick Mahomes in their top 5.
He had a terrible season.
He was not a top 5. Like, yes, his team did well. Mm-hmm. He did not do that well.
Andy Reid
his
is
passer
the reason
rating was like 90.5 or 91. That's what Aaron Rodgers was, and everybody said he was the worst quarterback ever this year.
No, Aaron's the GOAT. He just needs another darkness retreat.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Something else, just with the voter fatigue, I'm interested a little bit what will happen with the NBA MVP, because right now...
it's going to be Shea, I think.
No, tall guy.
Jokic?
Yeah, he should get it. Just based purely, he's averaging a triple-double with like 32 points, like 11 assists, and 10 rebounds for a 7-foot big man.
He's amazing.
That's crazy.
He just can't play defense that well.
Yeah.
But he's so tired doing everything else.
Yeah, so he honestly should win it, but they might go with the Thunder guy, that Shea dude, who's averaging
Alexander.
He's averaging like 1 more point per game.
Yeah.
But then he is not doing what Jokic is doing with the assists and rebounds and everything.
His team has a really good record. He's the new up-and-comer, and so they'll probably give it to Shea. But
it'll be a Derrick Rose situation where you give it to him, even though the other guy obviously had the way better season.
I think Shea's having a better season than Derrick did, but
but not as good as Jokic. Jokic is just crazy right now.
Yeah, he's already won, I think, 3 MVPs. Yeah. So it's crazy.
But what do you think about the soccer MVP?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, because we don't talk about soccer on here. That's not a real sport, dudes. Besides that, the only other sports thing that happened this week was like some guy named Lucky got traded for ad space. Anthony Davis.
Yeah. A yellow jersey team traded to a blue jersey team.
They sent one guy who's not from the U.S. and they sent him to L.A.
Yeah, and a unibrow guy went to Dallas.
Yeah, you think he could afford a haircut. I don't know.
You think.
Yeah. But yeah, just one of the biggest, craziest trades I've ever seen.
So
like in general.
Where were you when you saw it? Like this is one of those moments. Like this is a where were you when it happened moment. I remember exactly where I was.
What day did it happen again?
Last Saturday night.
I think I was just on my phone and I saw this pop up and I'm like, that has to be a fake Sports Center account.
Everybody thought that.
I had to click on it. I'm like,
yeah.
This is a real account. Because a lot of times you see wild stuff like that's a fake account. That's a fake account. And I looked, I'm like, oh, this happened. This is real. Like that, I was like, I had no idea what happened.
I remember
that
exactly
was crazy.
What I was doing too. It was 11:30 last Saturday.
Yeah, you were in the shower.
No, I had just gotten done showering.
Okay.
And I got done showering, and I'm sitting there reading my Bible, and I was in Matthew 24 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I see my phone.
I was reading Luca.
Dang it, Luke. And I put my phone on my charging pad over here, right next to my bed, and then I see it vibrate. I'm like, "Don't look at it. You're reading right now, and you're praying." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I get done, turn out one of my lamps, go to turn out my other lamp, I'm like, okay. And I go, okay, what was it? And then it was Shams, who's the next NBA insider behind Wojnarowski.
Yeah.
Wojnarowski now went to St. Bonaventure.
Yep.
But I'm like, and it said they're trading Luka to the Mavericks for Anthony Davis. I was like, okay, he got hacked. That's crazy. And everybody thought he got hacked. And then so I'm like, but I'm going to stay up for a second, and then he's going to tweet like, oh, I'm sorry, I got hacked. I'm like, whatever. And then he tweets again, and it says, no, this is for real. This trade is happening. And I was like, okay, whoa. And I was like, okay, he's still hacked. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I immediately turn on SportsCenter on my phone, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sit here, watch it. 10 minutes goes by, and I'm like, there's still nothing. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, breaking news into SportsCenter. And I was like, what's happening? And they're like, we're trying to get Shams on the phone and see if he's gotten hacked. They even said it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, but this trade seems to be going down. I'm like, whoa. And all of a sudden, I can't sleep.
It was crazy.
My mind is buzzing. I'm like, what's happening? And then my phone starts blowing up with all people texting me. And I'm like, what's happening? And then I had to take a melatonin because I couldn't sleep. My mind was going so crazy. And then I woke up the next morning and I was like, yeah, this happened. And I went to church. Everybody was talking about it at church.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy. And then I even went to my boss and I said, man, crazy about the news, huh? And he goes, what news? And I was like, oh, the Luka trade. And he goes,
who's Luka?
No, he's an NBA fan too.
Oh, okay.
He goes, no, that didn't happen. I was like, dude, I promise you. And a different guy who we weren't talking to next just turns around and goes, yeah, it happened. And I go, yeah. And then I pull up my phone, go to ESPN, and I'm like, look, it's all over the news. And he goes, what? Why? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it comes out later, like they're kind of upset about his conditioning. They didn't want to pay him the Supermax and whatever.
Yeah, there's a
bunch
lot.
of nonsense.
And then they try to spread, and then they're trying to spread that news. Like, yeah, he's out of shape. He's not really out of shape. And then I think they were like, he might not sign the Supermax. And he's like, I would have signed it because now he's going to get
110 million less.
I think it said 40.
Either way,
it doesn't matter.
It's 100 and something million less.
But yeah, I saw that. And at first, I didn't see AD was involved, and I'm like, oh snap, AD, Luka, LeBron, they're winning the championship 100%.
Crazy.
Even though with Luka, like their odds raced like 12-1.
Yeah,
it was like
crazy.
30-1 and went 12-1 because when you get arguably the best guy in the NBA,
top 3 for sure,
it can help your odds a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, defense and rebounds will be a little bit of an issue without Anthony Davis. I was looking up; they have like a win share thing.
Oh,
and Anthony Davis, his win shares was like 6.5 on the year.
Yeah,
LeBron's like 4. Luka's like 2.5, which
he's been hurt
a little. Oh, okay, that's probably
he's
why.
a calf strain right now.
Okay,
yeah.
But yeah, I saw that. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I also noticed that the Mavericks lost like 800,000 Instagram followers in about a day.
Like Dallas is on fire right now, the whole city, because of Jerry Jones being inept, and then
but he's pretty pumped.
Yeah, he's pumped because he's not the biggest idiot in town anymore.
Yeah, shout out.
The GM for the Mavericks is, and the city of Dallas, like for people who don't follow sports, like the city of Dallas will never ever forgive this guy for trading Luka. Well, like this is a face of your franchise, like for 20 years kind of guy.
He was going to have a statue in front of the stadium, right next to Dirk.
Yeah, easily. And then I heard somebody saying on one of the talk shows, they go, "Listen, does a championship this year make it okay for you to trade Luka? No. They were like, you need at least 2. And I'm like, that's crazy. They were like, 2 without him is the same as 1 with him. And I was like, that's crazy. And I don't know.
Did you see where like they're having to give refunds to season ticket holders who immediately were canceling their tickets, and supposedly they were giving back like up to like $2,000 back to all these people?
That's crazy.
Like that huge. And the craziest thing is that a lot of times these GM or owners, they care about the money the most. They don't necessarily care about the championships.
Yeah.
Which
Luka's
is why
bring
you
in
would
more
keep
money.
Luka.
Yeah.
Because without Luka, it's like, I don't really care that much.
International fandom.
Yeah. It's a similar scenario. Like people weren't necessarily like a lot of people weren't Mavericks fans.
Not for real.
They were Luka fans.
Yeah.
It's a similar situation to like LeBron.
Yeah.
I never was like super like a Cavs fan or maybe super a Heat fan. I hated the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then whenever he went to Lakers, I'm like, okay, I'm going to cheer for him.
That's what it is. The NBA is more of a individual player.
It's
you
because
follow
there's
him.
only
I'm a Steph Curry fan.
Yeah. And that's like, because again, they have 5 guys on the court at a time for each team. You can have like that one obvious stud. Baseball, you have 9 guys plus.
Yeah.
And then football, you have tons. Like it's not as much of like, because of that one guy, that's why I'm cheering for that team.
Right.
And NBA is just completely different.
Craziest part about this is LeBron had no idea, AD had no idea, Luka had no idea.
Luka was shocked.
Yeah, they were all shocked.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it is that GM, if he simply announces, the Mavericks GM, if he simply announces, hey, Luka's available, you create a seismic bidding war.
But at the same point, if he would have done that, they would have burned down the stadium immediately.
Oh, yeah.
The fans would have blown up. So he had to basically do it in secret if he really wanted to get rid of him.
But also, here's what I would do. I would call all the teams. I would identify players that I want. Guys like Giannis. Guys high-level guys.
You could get about anyone. Honestly, the Bucks wouldn't trade Giannis.
You probably wouldn't get Giannis. You probably wouldn't get Jokic.
You wouldn't get him. No.
You wouldn't get Wembanyama either.
Yeah. You could get almost any player.
Anybody
in the
else,
NBA.
Though.
Like even hear me out.
Tatum's iffy.
They could have legit. I mean, they wouldn't have done this because he's older, but they could have been like, we want LeBron, and the Lakers would have done that trade if they could have got it signed off.
Yeah, I think he does. Well, no, LeBron does have a full no trade.
But at the same time, I was hoping like a year or two ago that LeBron would have gone to the Mavs because it would have been interesting to see him there.
Either way, this is crazy.
It's crazy,
stuff.
but that's a lot of sports talk. I didn't think we'll talk about it that long. Yeah. But do you have any other quick hits here?
I have one thing for the people who don't care about sports that much is, yes, you can gamble on Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. Yes. I did this for my leader meeting this week.
Bet the under.
And so you guys get to hear it too. And so you can gamble on a plethora of things for the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift. One of which
engagement.
That's one of them. We're getting to that. But the first one being, will she do a song with Kendrick Lamar, Bad Blood specifically? The odds of that happening are so astronomical. She's more likely to get engaged, according to Vegas.
That would shut down.
That would feed families for generations.
No one would care about the football game.
Yeah.
No one would care about the football game at all. Oh my word! That's giving me chills.
Lauren would burn down Springfield.
Wow!
And for people who aren't Taylor Swift fans, Kendrick and Taylor hate each other. So really bad hate each other.
Wait, huh?
What?
Do you say Kendrick and Taylor hate each other?
No, Kanye and Taylor hate each other.
I thought you said Kendrick. I'm like, they have the Bad Blood song.
Yeah, I did say Kendrick, but Kanye and Taylor.
Speaking of Kanye and Taylor, I went to a sports card shop earlier today, and I was looking at these high-end cards. One of them was Kanye West taking the trophy from Taylor Swift, or the award back in 2010.
I would have bought it. Low-key.
It's kind of an expensive card, but I was like,
crazy.
I've seen that card before. That's pretty cool. I should have looked at the price a little bit longer and considered buying it.
But then you can also bet how many times will she be shown on the TV during the game. The over-under is 6.5 right now. What are you taking? Over?
Way over.
Oh, way over?
Way over. Okay. I would hit the over hard. Can we go 13?
I'm sure you could.
That's her number.
I'm sure you could adjust it and get the over. That's what she would last year in the Super Bowl. She hit exactly 13. That's how I know the NFL is rigged.
Well, especially like if they know how much money's involved, they're like, don't show her.
Oh, yeah.
Don't show her. Don't show her.
The next one you can gamble on is how many times will Taylor and Travis kiss on field after the game?
Okay, how many times they kiss or how many times they're shown kissing?
No, how many times they kiss? The over-under is 3.5.
Over. Hard.
You think?
Hard over.
Yeah. We had
Way over.
At work, we had a discussion. We were like, well, is it like a peck or is it like at
It's
real
going. They're
kissing?
gonna run up, give each other a hug, kiss, talk
Yeah.
briefly, kiss, talk briefly, kiss, then kind of lay her head on his chest.
Ew. I mean, yeah.
He lays his head on her. No,
Yeah.
and then another kiss.
And then the one we've all been waiting for. Will she get engaged? Will Travis propose after the game? It is no is plus 500, and then yes is minus 1,000, which means if you bet $100, you would make, I think, $50 back or $5
Wait,
back.
are they thinking she will?
They're thinking no. They think, wait.
I think you mixed
I
up those
flipped it.
odds.
I flipped it.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes
I
is
gotta
plus
start betting
500.
right now.
Yes is plus 500. No is minus 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really likely it doesn't happen. But if you were to bet that it would happen, you would win like $500 on a $100 wager.
She needs to put a lot of money down
And then just do it.
and then do it. Yeah.
And just do it. So that's it for sports talk and Taylor Swift gambling talk.
Yeah, I'm sorry that really kind of grinded your gears that we talked about sports so long. I honestly don't know. Maybe you do enjoy it. You don't let us know either way.
I don't know. We should move this segment into like a different order.
Like move sports somewhere else.
Yeah. To like later.
Like that could be something. Where it's like near the end and it's like, hey, if you're still listening, here's some sports talk.
Yeah. People who really want the sports talk will stick around.
Okay. If we remember next week, we can move it down a little bit. Kind of throw people for a spin. Because they're like, hey, wait. Where's the sports talk?
You know what's spinning?
They start skipping through.
You know what's so spinning? How nice you are to people.
That's not actually what my grinds my gears. What grinds my gears is when someone named Dane Biesmeyer is too nice and decides to be like, yeah, I'll watch the kids for extra couple hours. So we end up recording at 9:30 instead of what would have been originally like 7 o'clock. And I forgot about the 7 o'clock thing. And I got off work early because I was going to get a haircut.
True.
I couldn't get a haircut because my guy wasn't in. So I'm like, hey, do you want to record right now at like 5 o'clock? And you're like, well,
I have to go do this.
It's going to be like 7. And I'm like, okay. And then you're like, well, it's going to be a lot later. And I'm like, we can still record, but we got pushed back a little bit.
I'll be honest. I had no idea when that was going to end.
Yeah. I that's why I got to the point where I'm like, I'll just casually send a text, see where you're at. I don't really know how long this will be either. Because even when you said 7 originally, I'm like, there's no way this is being done by 7.
Well, I thought it would start at 5, and I'm like, oh, over by 7? Sure.
Yeah.
But then about 6:50.
Probably started like at 7.
It started at 6.
Okay.
It went to 8:30, so 2.5 hours. But at 6:50, the lady who was running kind of the kids area, who's one of my coworkers, comes in and goes, hey, Dane, just so you know, we're going to be starting our first activity in 10 minutes. And I go, I said, first activity starting? And I was like, okay. And then that's when I pull out my phone and text you. I was like, hey, it's going to be way later.
Which in the grand scheme of things, it's okay. We're still recording tonight. But I was like, it could have been earlier, but it's okay. I took a nap. I took a little nap in there because I was feeling pretty bad. I was very sleep deprived.
I helped the kids make jerseys.
And you got some good artwork out of it.
Yeah, and I got great artwork out of it in 9/11. And then we also almost watched the entire movie Air Buddies. So
Air Buddies? Not even Air Bud?
No.
You got to show them the classic.
Well, we were looking at free movies on YouTube, if we're being honest.
Okay.
And I was like, Over the Hedge. Nope, the entire movie's not on there. And I was like, How to Train Your Dragon. Not on there. I was thinking of ones that I like.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, Air Buddies is on here for free. I was like, that's not the worst. I was like, there's definitely worse ones on here. Yeah. So I was like, okay, throw it on. And we watched almost the entire movie.
Let's go.
It was ridiculous.
That's pretty cool, though. Shout out.
Oh, yeah.
But that was the only thing that really grinded my gears too much this week.
You know what grinds my gears?
It grinds your gears, Dane.
When I'm at youth group on Wednesdays, there's a girl, and her name will be anonymous, but she's the one.
It won't be anonymous?
It will be anonymous.
Okay.
She wants to be a girl boss queen and a leader, not a follower, and I told her she can't be that. And
this is a kid, not a leader,
This
right?
is a 6th grade girl.
Okay, shout out.
Yeah. And then she's always so sassy because, for context, when she said she wants to be a girl boss queen and not a follower, I said, okay, the question I asked her was, what do you think Jesus wants for your life? And she said to be a girl boss queen and not a follower, but a leader. And I was like,
we're called
that's
to be
wrong.
followers.
I was like, you're following Jesus.
No, she's a girl boss queen. She's a leader.
And I was like, and also girl boss queen's not going to cut it. New answer. And then she goes, no, I'm going to be a girl boss queen. And I was like, okay, well, that's wrong. And talk to your leader about this.
You're going to the dark, hot place.
Yeah, well. And then she threw her shoes at me.
Definitely.
And then, you know what she did? She dropped her cup, which just had ice in it, so it was okay, and the lid didn't fall
And then she
off.
said the Lord's name in vain and said the unforgivable sins.
No.
Okay,
She
good.
dropped the cup on the ground and was like, I need to get my shoes. You, pick that up. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa.
Said it to you or someone else?
No, to one of the kids in her group.
What's her deal?
I know. That's I was about to flip my lid when she said that. I was like, no, you pick up your drink. I'll go get your shoes. And then she goes, okay. And then I came back with her shoes. And before I gave it to her, I said, did you throw your drink away? And she goes, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Don't tell people to like do stuff for you like that. I was like, you can say, hey, can you please pick that up? Say it like that. Don't say, hey, pick that up. Because she like kind of pointed at a kid and said that. I was like,
I don't know what it is, but
her sisters are nice.
It just seems a little crazier. I mean, again, you can't say too much, but like we go to a solid church, and I'm assuming because she's in youth group, she probably has solid parents. You think some of that would rub off on her.
Well, her siblings are nice and stuff, and like
she's probably
nice,
the
quiet
youngest.
girls. Yeah,
yeah, the youngest is the worst. Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes
Cole.
Sorry, Rachel. I said you're not listening, Rachel, but sometimes.
But then the other thing is budgeting is dumb. I just want to be able to spend my money however I want.
It's been 1 week.
I want to blow it all on the ponies. I'm tired of saving money.
I thought you wanted to blow it on the Taylor Swift betting.
Yeah, that's what I said. Blow it all on the ponies. I want to gamble my money away and piss it down the drain.
Wait, whoa. Wow. You just said a crazy word there. Not really.
Buy money.
Buy money. Buy money. Yeah. Anything else to grind your gears, or do you kind of want to go on to the next thing here?
What else grinds my gears is that you don't have a drop for our main segment.
I do now. Are you ready for this? Welcome to the main segment.
I run the slowest mile. That's not the main segment sound.
We're still working on it. I didn't work very hard this week.
Yeah, you took
a
nap instead.
I was tired. Okay. And, that might have been a horrible decision on my part, but it wasn't the worst decision. What is the worst decision is the draft we're about to do. Yes, we're about to do the worst decisions draft in honor of the Luka and Anthony Davis trade.
Yes.
I think I know you've been requesting this for a while now, fans. All of you have been in the comments, the DMs, everywhere, like, hey, do a worst decisions draft. Come on, we're just waiting for it. It's been 110 episodes. Why not do it on 111? And we're like, hey, we're finally doing this one for you. You know who you are. You know who you are. So shout out you that you're now getting what you want. So here is our worst decisions draft. I don't think we'll probably have much overlap here. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to hit it first?
You can go first.
Okay. Number one on my worst decisions draft is investing in Enron instead of Apple in 2001.
Ooh. Yeah, so true.
Yeah, that crumbled pretty quickly.
I thought you were about to say mine, and I'm so glad you did. Yeah. Mine also starts with an I.
Really just a lot of poor investments in general people make, but the biggest one, like, why would he invest in Enron when obviously you should have known they were going to go bankrupt? Obviously. Invest in Apple, and you would have been doing a lot better right now. So that was my number one worst decision so far.
Shout out to the housing market crash.
Yeah. Big ups.
Am I doing 2 or 1?
You could, well, let's go 101.
All right. My number 1 is going to be invading Russia in the winter.
That's chilly.
Hitler did it. Napoleon did it. Also, Hitler did it. So don't do that. It never works. You can't get up into the cold that much, and then all of a sudden you're trapped in the middle of nowhere. It's been tried before. Everybody just cut it out.
Yeah. How did you think I was going to say that? How do you think the Enron was going to be going with the Russia route?
It sounded like an I. So I thought you were going to say invading.
Yeah. That would have been wild. That's like so random. And you think like, that was going to be it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
So for my next pick would be Lincoln not taking a longer bathroom break at the theater.
That's crazy. Samuel supports 9/11 and Lincoln assassination.
Literally did not say that.
You also made a JFK
I
joke.
talked about Enron And then I said he should have taken a longer bathroom break.
Samuel hates Abe Lincoln. Which, you know
No. I literally said he should have taken a longer bathroom break. How is that hating?
You know why Samuel hates Abe Lincoln?
You're happy he didn't take the bathroom break.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
maybe he has a big bladder. Maybe he peed in his hat.
I don't know. Oh, gosh. He just kind of flips it underneath his seat, and he can just kind of use that as a little toilet?
Maybe.
Wow. Okay, what's your next pick?
Number 2 is Eve eating the fruit.
Like us number 2.
Invading Russia was so much
Invading
worse.
Russia is the worst thing. But then what started all the sins in this entire world was Eve eating the fruit.
You know what would have prevented Hitler is if Eve didn't eat the fruit.
So, but Eve was still number 2.
Eve was number 2
Yeah,
for
number
sure.
two, number
Yeah,
2.
don't eat the fruit, Eve.
Yeah. It's kind of funny you had Eve there because I have a similar kind of route here. I have Lot's wife looking back at Sodom and Gomorrah and turning into a pillar of salt.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah. Like literally, if God tells you don't look back at Sodom and Gomorrah as you're running away when it's getting destroyed by fire and like salt and everything from heaven, then don't do it. And she's like, I gotta look. And you're like, no, don't. And it's like, I'm gonna do it. It's like, no, stop. I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna do it for the vine. And then she looked back and poof,
Fine.
salt.
Dang it. The more I read the Bible, the more I'm reading it. And I'm like, except for Jesus and
The
God.
more I read the Bible, the more I read it.
The more I read the Bible, the more I realize
Okay.
that everybody except for Jesus and God were just big dummies. And I'm just like, guys, you were in 400 years of slavery.
Yeah.
And then you have 45 days in the wilderness. And then you're like, oh, I can't do this. We need to go back and be slaves. I want to be slaves. Even though God made quail and manna appear and water flow from a rock in the wild for you. And I'm like, they're just like, nope. I want to be slaves. It's been 45 days. I can't do it.
And we're going to celebrate and like worship God only. And they're like, okay, oh, Moses, he's gone for like 4 days.
Yep.
They're like, oh, well, let's build a golden calf.
Hey,
and
give me your
worship
gold.
him. Like, what are you doing?
Give me your gold. I want to melt it down. I want to build something.
Yeah. Like, just take a deep breath. Don't just like.
Everybody just calm down.
Why are you so dumb?
Just write down some
Why
things.
are you so dumb?
Yeah. Crazy.
So that was my next pick there. What about you?
Oh, my number 3 is one near and dear to everybody's heart who's listening, which is Lindsay Reed moving to Nebraska.
Oh, could have been number 1.
Could have been number 1 up there. I mean, but Hitler invading Russia in the winter and Eve biting the fruit is not good.
Her moving to Nebraska is why she got sick.
And pregnant.
That was going to be the sickness.
Oh. True. I mean, if she had stayed in Missouri, she wouldn't have been super pregnant.
Yeah, I'm just happy she got over the sickness finally.
Yeah, that's true. It took 9-ish months. I don't know.
Yeah.
How long it took. All I know is the great theologian Jay-Z once said, don't bite the apple, Eve.
Yeah. Also, the great theologian Jay-Z once said, hey, you better give my wife a Album of the Year award. Otherwise, I'm going to blow up this industry.
Nice.
I think that was basically what he said.
I mean, that's more or less.
Yeah. My number 4 pick here is Jack not getting on the door with Rose. We could have had a sequel.
Oh, I thought Jack Holmgren. I was like, what?
No. We're talking Jack in the icy waters near the Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic.
Yeah, he just get on the door, Jack.
Well, did you see Mythbusters did a, like, could they have both fit on there, like, thing? And they totally could have.
Yeah. She was just being selfish. She's like,
She is
I
selfish.
need all this space.
Yeah.
You're too warm. I don't want to share that body heat. Like that's, Jack,
I've only seen
get
the
away.
Titanic once, honestly.
I don't think I've ever seen it all the way through.
It's super long and kind of boring.
Yeah. Weird art.
Well, it's like when you know everything's going away or which way this is going.
Mm-hmm. Down.
Down. And there were no survivors. Except for the ones who survived.
Definitely were. There was quite a few survivors.
That's what you
Could have been a lot more, but Rose was selfish. And they're like, no, we need all this space on our lifeboats.
And they were pushing all the women and children down so they could get on lifeboats.
I randomly saw like this picture this weekend. It's like, this is what the Titanic actually would have looked like to everybody as it was sinking. And it just showed pitch black.
Nice.
Because I think they said the moon would have already been like down, where they would have had no light from the moon. The only light would have been from the stars.
Oof.
And it would have been kind of terrifying.
Would have been hecka dark.
Yeah, screaming, lots of cold, and you can't see anything.
Especially like the lights on the boat would have been on for a second, and then as it like cut out,
went
it'd be
down.
like, oh boy.
That would have been unfortunate.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that was my last one. I have a ton of honorable mentions after you say your next one here.
Oh, nice. Well, if we're only doing 4 then,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to...
Lots of honorable mentions, though. We'll get there.
Okay, yeah. Number 4, I'll put this one then. I'll pick getting cancer. That was terrible decision.
Yeah. I can understand it being 4 though. That's a good 4 pick. Yeah.
Terrible life decision and terrible financial decision. Also, it took me out of work for a while. Couldn't progress my career.
Yeah.
Also, everybody was all like, blah, 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 Dane, how are you doing? And I'm like,
Stop. Yes, I'll get you another bracelet. I'm sorry yours broke.
Dude, I need to get a new one again.
Yeah.
It rubbed off again.
I kind of like, low key, I kind of like it when it's rubbed off. And it's like the idea.
Dude.
I know what it means still.
No one else
But
does.
it looks classier.
I want cancer-free Christmas next year now. 2 years later. It's been crazy.
Yeah, we'll just stick a 4-piece. So you'll vote on those 4, but we'll have some honorable mentions, which aren't relevant towards the voting. Just want to make that clear.
Mine are better.
I'll just hit all mine right now. The Chicago Bears taking Mitchell Trubisky at number 2 overall instead of Mahomes at 10.
Goat.
The Seahawks not using Marshawn Lynch to run the ball. Dang it, Brady.
Also goat.
The Rangers not using a defensive replacement for Nelson Cruz.
You don't need that.
In right field in 2011 when David Freese decided to go off and the Cardinals won the World Series because they had basically a DH playing the outfield.
Pretty true.
Also, I had nearly every trade the Cardinals have done in the past 10 years.
Also true.
Besides Goldschmidt and Arenado. But basically everything else, like, what are you doing? Like, that was kind of dumb. And then also not buying a home in 1998 when I was a year old. It would have been a better deal then than it is now.
Or in 2008 when we were like 12.
Yeah, 2008 when the market crashed. Like, should have bought it then. Like,
should have bought a house when we were 12.
I made a lot of mistakes there, and now the market is just too crazy.
We really goofed.
Yeah, messed up. So
we should have bought a house in 2008.
Those are all my honorable mentions. I could have probably go on like all day, but we don't have that much time of life.
Some of my honorable mentions are giving Michael Fuller a voice.
I thought about him. I didn't know what to say, so I was like, I won't say anything at all.
Yeah, allowing him to express his views. Okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
Another one is every joke with Jack.
Every time we give him a voice. Every time we give someone a voice other than ourselves, like, that was a bad decision.
No, I don't think Lauren's the worst.
That's true. Also, Lindsay adds some good content.
Lindsay's the worst storyteller I've ever met, I think.
She's gotten better, though.
Every time
we laugh at her jokes,
she just goes, and then it's like, sounds exhausted as she starts the story.
Yeah. And then Dana comes in and she starts beating him. And it's like, no, stop it, Lindsay.
So true.
What are you doing?
Man.
Do you think Shepard listens yet?
I don't know. I mean, he has to in the background, right?
Yeah.
I mean, surely they've been driving somewhere.
Yeah.
And then
they pulled over for Dane's manifesto.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Shepard pulled over. And then one day he's going to hear that. That's going to be crazy. However.
Yes.
What was it? I don't remember. But anytime we
starting a podcast when there's already a saturated market, we should have started it in 2016.
Should have done that.
Or started it at the beginning of COVID.
Or both.
COVID would have been a good time.
That would have been a great time.
Yeah.
However, we didn't think about that, and the technology simply wasn't there.
I mean, could have been.
Could have been.
Yeah.
We don't know, though.
I also didn't know you yet, so that was a mistake on your part.
I should have saved a lot of money in the past instead of buying clothes and shoes and concert tickets and things like that. I don't regret the concert thing.
Concerts are good.
Because that was kind of fun. I don't know. No. Getting rid of my Malibu and buying the Equinox, that was a dumb move. Getting a credit card, dumb move.
Choosing breast milk as your last pick last week. That was
I
kind
didn't
of a dumb
choose
move.
that. You chose it.
You could have chosen your 4 or 5 before you got to that point.
Never
and
have
you
I
left
ever.
It to chance.
I
never
thought you were
leave
going
it
to
to
have
chance.
better ones.
You never leave it to chance.
I always leave chance in the chance.
Okay. Well, we can keep going on. Unless you have like
that's
one
about
more.
it. That's about it.
Yeah. Cool.
Since we're done with that, we can move on to the real main segment.
This is why you're all here.
This is why everybody's here, because now it is time for Dane's Manifesto.
Part 50.
Whoa,
50.
this is a 50th
Part
one?
50 Cent.
Wow.
I met him at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
And I hope that some of you are listening to this now, and this might be your 50th Valentine's Day together, because now we're going to discuss the perfect Valentine's Day.
Oh.
And so, when I think about the perfect Valentine's Day, I went on a Valentine's Day date only once.
another person?
Yeah. 'Cause
Cool.
I happen to be dating somebody only once over Valentine's Day.
Shout out to you.
And for her, I was in college and I was a sophomore or something like that. And I was broke. I was broke, so broke.
But your
And
hair was flowing.
my hair was so much better then. And,
Yeah.
and then I was like, man, Valentine's Day is coming up. That's crazy. And so I was like, you know what I should do? And I was like, I should take her out. And I was like, wait a second.
Killed her?
No, we get to that in a second. No, I'm kidding. But no, I was like, I should take her on a fancy date. And I was like, man, me don't have no monies for that. And then I was like, you know what I do have? I do have my books for school. And I was like, I should sell those and then we can go on a date. And
It's February. You still have 3 more months.
I know.
What are you doing?
I sold my books. And we went to Civil Kitchen. And it actually was pretty okay.
It better be okay. You sold all your books.
I know. And I was like, okay, go ahead and order. And she ordered like something somewhat nice. And I was like, oof. I was like,
hey, I need to go sell something really quick. Gotta get another one.
I'll just have your regular hamburger, please. But they had complimentary chocolate covered strawberries.
Oh, that made it worth it.
That was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I got it like that. And then I was like, yeah. And then my other plan is we watch a movie together. And then that's what we did. And it was great. And I was like, okay. And then we broke up. Not that night, but later. And months later.
It would have been pretty bad if she got the free meal and then she's like, I don't feel like it.
No, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
However, that's not the perfect Valentine's Day, because the perfect Valentine's Day would look something like this. There you are. You're in a need of money, like we always are and we always will be. And so you decide, you know what? I'm married to Bonnie and my name is Clyde. And so let's go down to the local bank and let's case the joint. And you've been casing it with your wife for, I don't know, months now. And then you notice that on Valentine's Day, Rick, the deputy that works there, or the security guy who works there, he's not going to be there. He's going to knock off early and go home and hang out with his wife. And so instead, you and Bonnie go and you rob the place. She scales
Are you Clyde in this situation?
Of course I'm Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde, shut out.
And she's the getaway driver, but she comes in from the ceiling on the little rope thing, and then you walk in the front door and say, stick 'em up, say. That's how bank guys go. And then you get all the money, and then you drive away, and you're like the Monopoly man, and then you invest in airplane parts, and then you sell it to, what's that company that had the faulty airplane? Boeing.
Oh,
we sell airplane parts to
go.
Boeing, and then people can't sue us, and we improve the Boeing industry. Next thing you know, we own Boeing, and then now we're multi-billionaires.
But I thought you were just saying that they would be suing Boeing, and you want to own Boeing?
We're going to sue Boeing after owning
We're
Boeing.
going to sell the parts to Boeing and then sue Boeing and then buy Boeing?
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
And then you know what we do after that? We use all of our money
And
to
put it on the under for how many kisses Taylor Swift gives Travis.
Close. No.
Over, sorry, the over.
We take it and we start a small college fund for Shepard, and then we blow that on the ponies, because he needs to work his way through college and learn what struggle is. And then you buy Lindsay Reed's house.
We own Boeing, we sell Boeing, we use all the money for Boeing to put it into a college fund, and
For Shepard.
somehow that's only enough to buy a few ponies?
Yeah, exactly.
How much did we tank Boeing?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
So what we do then is we buy Lindsay Reed's house and evict her.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea.
That's a funny idea. I've always said I would do that if I was super rich. I would buy all my nemesis,
Yep.
and buy their homes and then evict them immediately. I'd be
That's
like,
a
take
really good
that,
idea.
Take that. And
Yeah.
then, so what I'm saying is nothing says love like vengeance for this holiday season.
And that is part 50 of...
Wait, we're doing Lightco Valentine's Day too.
Oh,
We're doing this thing. It's called, it's like Cupid.
That was such a great spot to stop.
It's like Cupid Shot,
Yeah.
where the leader, the girl leader, will try and shoot the bullseye on their significant other's back, and if they miss, the boy gets a pie to the face. So,
And you do that after everything else that just happened with Boeing?
yes,
Okay.
and that was Dane's manifesto. Go back to driving, but not walking.
Yeah, don't walk. Walking's for the weak.
Walking's for the rich.
Something else that's for the weak and the rich is laughter. And the best way to get laughter is listening to Florida man Jack Holmgren and his jokes with Jack. So let's listen in right now and hear what he
What's
has
up?
to say.
Until next week podcast, I have a joke for you. Enjoy. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together.
Where's the boo button?
Spit all over my mic.
Yeah, he did. I was like, what's this man doing?
I was trying to. It's like the laugh tracks, that TV shows use, and it's trying to influence you to laugh more.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But he's trying.
He is
and
trying.
That's what we want here.
And isn't that what matters?
Yeah. Shout out, Jack. Thank you for continually sending us these jokes, because without these jokes with Jack, we would not be the Until Next Week podcast.
That's so true.
Yeah. You're the reason for the season.
He's the reason of something.
Yeah.
Reason communism exists.
Oh, you know it. Besides that, we have some Spotify comments this week.
I've read of that.
A lot of them. We've been getting a lot of these lately.
They're popping off.
It's kind of weird how many we're getting, so I appreciate all those. If you want to leave us
write
a comment,
in more. Write in paragraphs.
Just keep sending. You only can send in one per person, but steal someone else's phone.
We vow to read everything.
If we have 100, we're reading 100.
That's true.
Okay? So here are first thoughts. Allie Hoopy, she put my thoughts. Webkins was my jam.
It was goated.
Don't forget about going to the curio shop to mine those gems. Hot chocolate made with water should be banned.
What?
Thanks for listening to my pod. I'm out of college. I'll be 24 on Valentine's Day.
No way.
And then she put, I'll DM you about the podcast setup. And she did send the DM. I just saw it today. And the reason her quality is so good, she has a similar Rodecaster like we do. It's slightly newer. I think she said a lot of this was like from her church who was going to do a podcast, and then they didn't, so they let her use it.
What?
But then she has much better mics than ours.
I could see that.
So I think that's the big thing helping her quality. So one of these days, we'll get the better mic set up.
Tell her church that I'll do the podcast. All right, we're talking about purity this week.
There we go. Keenan, he's always back.
Hey, big ups, Keenan.
Shout out Keenan A. Smith. But Dane, I can confirm that the fish that you gifted to Leanne died 2 days after you gave it to her.
What?
Also, I wanted to let the world know, a little bit after the 40-minute mark, Samuel pronounced the word specific as specific. Sorry that sometimes I mumble and slur my words, Keenan.
I can't believe that fish is dead. The youth group children ask about that fish all the time. And they're like, is that fish still alive? And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
And
Well,
I
2
really
days.
didn't know.
2 days.
I have to tell them now that young thug died.
It's funny that he said 2 days, because last time we had like a normal pet, like a legit pet that we intentionally purchased to own as a pet, was a fish that died within 24 hours.
Man.
Because we bought the wrong food for it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, I think there's too picky. That was the issue.
Keenan, write in about how the work culture is now that I'm gone. I hear it's great.
Emily Abbott put, another great podcast episode. Webkins was the thing back in the day. It's going to be cool to watch the Chiefs make history.
No.
Well, it doesn't. I don't know what kind of history they just made.
Better not.
She put, I would choose the cut list. I would choose the cut list that Dane had. Although sad to be giving up sweet tea and wish it was Pepsi instead of Coke. Interested to hear your guys' take on Luka getting traded to the Lakers. What?
Yeah.
He got traded?
I was like, what are you talking about? Man, yeah. I'm glad the fans are writing in about that.
Yes. Nat or Nathan or Nathaniel or Natalie or Natalyn or Natty Light
or Natronic.
Natronia. Natronica.
Negatron.
Yes. They put, my bad with the spelling mistakes with an emoji that's like nervously laughing.
That's right. I can't spell either.
Autocorrect got me, and you can't edit comments once they're posted. I think you can delete your comment though.
I don't know.
And post a new one. But
all I know is
see.
spelling is stupid.
Yeah. And then also they put, I was responding to Dane's instructions about dolphin diving to the foot of a bear during his manifesto if you're out running. But it's kind of hard because they are all hibernating up here in Alaska.
Okay, are you really in Alaska?
It sounds like they're in Alaska.
I want to know if you're in Alaska.
Yeah, let us know.
Tell me.
Let us know. Jack Holmgren put, Dane's picks. Chest, do it. I just got that one.
What? Samuel, why'd you read that?
I didn't process that one.
Unreal. And I'm illiterate.
Alvaro put Dane.
Yes.
Apology accepted.
What'd I say?
I guess you said something. I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Alvaro, write in. Let him know why he was apologizing. Oh, probably Commanders. Something with Commanders.
No, they stink too.
Okay. Well, Alvaro, let us know what you think about that. Joshua put, Joshua Schmitz, got to point out, Joshua Schmitz, shout out.
Big ups, Joshua Schmitz.
Dane's so responsible for making a budget. I love budgeting.
I hate budgeting. I want to blow it all on the ponies. And yet here I am being responsible and paying my rent and not feeling the fear underneath me of I need to go get a job.
And then Angela Birdwell put, we will be rooting for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Apple juice is the best, and I ask for it on plane rides.
See?
The 1961 basketball game was crazy. That's the one with like my grandpa that I talked about. And she put, I paused the pod to go find it and watch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, shout out. You can find it on YouTube. Just search like 1961 Kansas versus Mizzou, and then the guy named Howard Garrett, who's number 50. That is my grandpa.
Everybody go to Google and type in Samuelson and see what photos pop up. Go to his Facebook too.
There's a lot of probably swimming photos. So
True.
That is our comments this week. We also had our poll responses, which was, would you rather drink Dane's keep or cut list?
Ew.
And with 71.4% of the vote, it was a cut list.
Who voted the keep?
28% of the people want that breast milk.
That's gross.
Maybe high in protein. I don't really know.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that was all the responses this week. And keep on sending in those comments. Vote on the polls. Send us more voice memos. We need some more people besides Jack and Lindsay. Even though they are both quality individuals, give us something else to listen to. Come on, do it.
Man, I need to go to the chiropractor. I need like everything popped.
Yeah. Something else that you could pop is this popping into this next part. Sponsors of the week.
We're talking about Jesus, Samuel.
Yeah, Jesus is number one, and that's where I was trying to go with this. So here you go, Dane. Go. Yep, right now.
So I was looking at it this week, and then I started thinking about, I was like, man, I didn't teach this past week. I mean, I taught on Monday, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I led the leader meeting. And it was all about servant leadership. And so I talked about the verse of the Son of Man came not to
Tarzan, yeah.
not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as ransom for many. And that's Matthew. Oh man. I can't remember. It's Matthew.
It's just
something.
Matthew. Yeah.
It's Matthew something. Freak. I'm gonna mess it up later. Maybe it's like 2028. I don't know.
I should bleep out you saying freak there. Just in the middle of this.
F. No. So then I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, I don't know. And then Wednesday morning, we did like a deep dive into Acts in like our resident development class, which is I'm a resident. And so we're getting a seminary certificate. I already have it in Old Testament now, and I'm getting it in New Testament now.
Yep.
And so it's pretty cool diving into all these things and writing down all these different things. I should actually just bring my notes for that. That's pretty cool.
You could.
I always forget about it. If I just bring my backpack, I would have it. And I was like, okay, I wanted to go over Acts and talking about how like it was just kind of the setup of like what a Bible study was then. It was pretty cool because like Paul's in prison, people come to him and he goes, I'm going to tell you about the things of God. And then they leave, they bring more people back, and then he stands up and he preached from day to night, it said in Acts. And I was like, that's crazy, is that he was preaching all day long, and then they left and kept coming back and things like that. And he kept preaching and going to different places. And I was like, okay. And I couldn't find exactly where that was in Acts, or else I probably would have talked about that. But then I thought, I was like, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I was like, we should probably go over love, because love is Valentine's Day or something like that. And so obviously I went to 1 Corinthians 13 and I started reading it, and I was like, okay, everybody knows the love is patient and kind, love does not envy or boast, etc., all the way through the end. I shouldn't say etc., but it goes on all the way through the end and talks about all the qualities of love, which are very important. But the thing, whenever I read 1 Corinthians 13 that sticks out to me the most is verses 1 through 3. And so I was going to read each of those verses and just kind of break it down.
Break it down
here, and it's not super prepared, so please forgive me. But so verse 1, it says, if I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And so it's talking about here just that you can have the most eloquent speech, or you can even be speaking in such a way that men and angels understand you and kind of are in that position to even be talking to both men and angels. But if you have not love, none of it matters. It says you're a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal, meaning that you start out very strong and you slowly fade away, and your words actually mean nothing. And in fact, actually, you are to be forgotten, because everybody has now forgotten the clang or the noisy gong. And so it's crazy how if you're lacking love, you can have kind of these really cool things, these really cool attributes, and it doesn't matter. And you might see that as a theme here, because we go on into verse 2, and it says, and if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. And so It's saying in the first one, if I have such speech or such position to be talking to men and angels, you're really nothing. You start to fade away. And then now in verse 2, it's talking about having prophetic powers. And if you understand mystery and have a lot of knowledge and have a lot of faith, so much as to remove mountains, but you have not love, you are nothing. And so it's saying, like, man, you can be as powerful as one. You can have a lot of these same attributes here of the prophets who came, and you can have the same attributes as like Solomon whenever he was on the earth, and you can have just the most faith, and then you can even remove mountains. And it's like, it doesn't matter if you don't love, if you don't walk out in love, if you don't show love. And then the third verse here says, and if I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. So you can even sacrifice as much as you want, your entire body. You can give up all you have, sell it all, and it doesn't matter if you don't have love, if you do it for the vain things, if you do it for the approval of others, if you're doing it for reasons to say that, or reasons that are, look at me, look at how much I have. It actually doesn't matter. And we're reading this here in 1 Corinthians 13, and this is in light, like, I shouldn't say post-Pharisees, because I don't know when the Pharisees maybe kind of faded out, but I mean, there's a strong argument that Pharisees are still here today, people who do religious works to be seen by others. So, actually, that's a pretty good argument. I probably do believe that. So, now it's saying the same thing here, where it's like, hey, you can do all these things. You can do the right things. You can read your Bible. You can pray to God a lot. You can serve you can serve like so unselfishly and go to Haiti, go to all these different things. But if you have not love, none of it matters. And I think we even skip down all the way to the very end of the chapter. So 1 Corinthians 13, verse 13, it says, so now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of these is love. And so there's just an entire chapter here in 1 Corinthians that Paul's writing to the Corinthians, saying this is how important love is that it's the most important out of faith, hope, and love. It's the most important of those three. And it goes on to even describe, like in this whole chapter, what love is. And it tells you that if you don't have love, that nothing matters. So nothing matters if we don't walk out in love. And so this may be Valentine's Day this Friday, but how do we show the love of Christ to others? That's going to be something that, yes, it's nice to have a significant other this Valentine's Day, but it's more important to make an impact for Christ. And that starts and leads by loving others.
Shout out.
So yeah, 1 Corinthians 13.
Okay, so Jake Trustin from Jake Trustin Art and Jake from Jake's Body Shop teamed up. Now you might think it's all about pumping iron and painting masterpieces at the same time, but guess what? Turns out Jake's Body Shop is actually just him flexing his biceps while trying to convince you that a muscle cramp looks like modern art. And of course, Reverend Banks is there to pray you don't get a cramp while watching. Hope this one gives your podcast partner a good laugh. That was AI. That was a joke it made. Wasn't it so funny?
No.
I've been going back and forth, like, make the joke funny. And I'm like, this is the same thing. It's so dumb.
AI isn't funny for one, and it sounds like a robot.
I know. Well, that's because
it is
I
a
read
robot.
it like a robot. But yeah, shout out Jake Trustin Art, Jake's Body Shop, and Reverend Banks. All y'all are doing your thing.
Hello,
the main thing you should get out of this is buy art from Jake Trustin Art. There's not much you can do with Jake's Body Shop or Reverend Banks. So.
I mean, go work out.
Go work out, move to Oregon.
To Oregon State University with Reverend Banks.
Yeah, and then Jake's Body Shop
and future Mrs. Reverend Banks.
Yes, shout out.
She's one of my biggest bullies.
Biggest bullies?
Yeah, she bullies me a lot.
Yeah, makes sense. You probably deserve it.
You know what she said? Because you know how I come out with my top 10 haters of the year list?
Did she make the list?
That's what she said. She goes, am I on the list yet? And I said, no, why would you be on the list? She goes, because you're ugly. And
she's just trying to make the list.
Yeah, she's trying.
That's awesome.
I can't tell you, like, there's like several people who do this. They're like, am I on your top 10 haters list? And I go, no, you're an all right person.
Do
and
they
say something like that.
Know the list via the pod or just know that you have the list?
I promote it outside the pod too.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. This is one of my bits I do.
They secretly, they want to be on the pod too. They know.
Everybody knows.
Someone else that knows country music is Beyonce because she's the #1 country artist of the year according to the Grammys.
No.
I mean, it ain't Texas. You got to hold them.
It's not a country song.
Something like what she said.
It ain't Texas.
You ain't hold. You got to hold them. You can't hold. I don't know.
You've got.
All I know is what we
when
mentioned
no-
earlier is Jay-Z complained last year. So then this year, Beyonce dropped a very mid country album, which had some good songs, but it wasn't very country.
Typical.
And it wasn't the best album of the year. But they're like, no. We will give you best album of the year to oblige Jay-Z.
Yep.
And while we're at it, we'll give you the best country album. Because why not? And I think they have done what they need to do to make Jay-Z happy.
They did what they came here to do.
Now they can go back to their normally scheduled programming by giving Taylor Swift all the awards next year. So
true.
that was kind of my thoughts on the Grammys. Oh yeah, she was our third sponsor of the week.
Taylor Swift?
No, Beyonce.
Oh.
Yep.
When Taylor's engaged next week, she'll be everyone's sponsor of the week. Not if, but when.
Which, when you're listening, she already is.
Yeah, she's already engaged.
That's crazy. Shout out.
Dude, 100% I'm doing that if I am Travis. You know why? Because you would break the internet.
Yeah, you do that, and you make $1 billion in the process.
It would be the most famous proposal of all time.
Yeah, it'd be wild.
Easy. And it's like, man.
And then he would say on the mic, "Can you dig it, Taylor?" When he gets on the mic, that's when he does it. It's like, no, don't do it right now.
He's got to win the Super Bowl MVP and then just be like, man, this is really great, but I just really have something else in my heart.
You're my real MVP.
You're my real MVP.
Patrick, will you marry me?
You're my real rock.
Yeah. Just like this massive rock.
Pulls out like just a Super Bowl ring and just puts it on her finger.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
She wears it like a bracelet.
She is a bracelet.
That's how big it is. That's about it for the episode this week. Make sure to reach out to us if you want to make clips for us. Pretty sure some clips will be made sometime here in the future. Don't know how quickly, but it'll happen. If you need 2 pickleball paddles from Friday Pickleball, use the code Samuel14434, and then you get 2 paddles for right around $94 plus shipping and handling. And then that gives us some kickback as well. Also, Dane, he does ministry, as you can probably tell. And if you click that link in the bio, you can help support him in his residency for his ministry. Just make sure that you send either the @Until Next Week podcast Instagram a message or the @Dane Beesmeyer, whatever his Instagram is. Send him a message as well so they can track it properly. And then you already know this, but keep telling your friends if you enjoy the pod. Keep telling your enemies if you enjoy the pod. Tell everyone that you know to listen to the pod because you enjoy the pod, and then we will build this thing up together, and that'll just be pretty stinking cool.
Play it over the speakers at your school.
Do it
on the intercom.
Yeah, or steal everyone's phone and make them all play it at the same time.
Samuel promotes stealing.
I mean, as long as you also leave 5 stars in the process, so make sure to do that.
That's one of the
leave
10
us those voice memos, like we said on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and thank you again for listening to episode 111, which is kind of wild.
Man, I love TikTok.
Of the Until Next Week podcast. And you hate budgeting.
Budgeting sucks.